Right, so today in the shop, we're not working in the shop per se, as we're working on the shop. When I had this shop built 6 years ago, the company that put the building up, all they were responsible for was the building itself. They did not do concrete. They did not do the walls, insulation, wiring on the inside. All they did was put the studs up and the metal up, and that's all they did. They had other contractors. If you choose to, you could have their contractor do the concrete, but that was at an extra cost, and I had a contractor that I knew that could do the concrete cheaper for me. And the concrete contractor at the time, when we were doing the floor, he asked me if I wanted bevels where the garage door was going to go. And at the time, I said, no, I don't think I'll need that. The rubber threshold on the garage doors should take care of anything trying to get under the door. Well, I was wrong. This door behind the 48, it does a pretty good job of keeping the water out. It lets a little through, but the other door, there'd be a puddle clear out here if the wind was out of the north. So today, we've got this rubber threshold that we're going to put down, and the garage door sits on top of it, and it will help keep water from coming under the door, hopefully. So the kit, I got it off Amazon. I think it was like $45, and the kit comes with the threshold large enough for a 16-foot garage door and 2 tubes of silicone sealant. And they have different size kits for like 10, 16, and 24, I believe. And of course the price varies for each one. I have 12-foot doors, so I needed enough to do a 12-foot door, so I had to get the 16-foot rubber threshold kit. And the most important thing is, when you start, you need to take a wire brush, and like where this stuff is, you got to clean it off, get that all out of the way to ensure you got a good sealant. I've done that over here already. I've cut the rubber threshold to length, kind of got it in position where I think it needs to be. Now what we need to do is I'll set the garage door down on top of it and mark on either side of the threshold. Just kind of lightly set that down on there. The threshold has a smooth side and then a rib side. The smooth side goes into the shop. The rib side goes on the outside to kind of help seal underneath the rubber threshold of your garage door. So, what I'm going to do here is we're going to set this door down lightly, like so. And I kind of want to make sure, bump that seal, that threshold out against the back side of the garage door pretty even. Looks like I've got it pretty good. Now what I need to do is I need to grab a pencil, and we'll mark on either side of that rubber threshold, and then we'll pull that threshold back, and we'll put the sealant on the floor in between the lines, and then we'll put the threshold back down and put the door on top of it to help keep pressure on it. Now with my situation, I do not have automatic openers. My plan was to put some up, and I still want to, I just haven't done it. So I've got the slide lock, and probably going to have to modify the slide lock a little bit where it meets right here, because I don't think with this rubber threshold I can't get the door shoved down far enough to get that to lock, but we'll worry about that at another time. Right now, let me go find a pencil, and we'll get marks along each side of that rubber threshold and start getting the silicone down. What you doing, Blue? Right, got that all marked. If I can keep the cat out of it. Alright, there's silicone down. They recommend in the instructions of doing three separate lines. Mine aren't very straight, but that doesn't matter. So now I can see if I can get the rubber strip put down here. Without too much trouble. And that way you just follow your pencil lines too. And I'm going to kind of walk it down, get the air out of it. Alright. Then they want you to shut the door down on it for 24 hours. So this door will have to be out of commission for 24 hours. Kind of make sure I'm still lined up pretty good. A little pressure down on her. Like I said, I'm going to have to adjust my latch there, but that's okay. It is kind of neat. This rubber strip has that yellow line right there at the top of the rib to warn us, for a trip hazard. So that's pretty neat. Really nice thick stuff. Cuts real easy. I just used some pruning shears. Nice heavyweight door threshold. So we're going to let that sit. That's pretty well got this one done. I'm going to hold off on doing the other door and see how this one does. I've got plenty of silicone. If I need to, I can come along and do up a little more. But yeah, so this is going to be the cheapest, easiest way to try and keep water from coming underneath my garage door. I'm probably going to take that silicone and where the door goes up to the other part of the weather stripping out there, I'm probably going to build like a silicone dam. Build up a nice little bead of silicone to kind of help keep the water from coming around where the track is. The ideal way to do this, and that's what I was originally going to do, but time just isn't in my favor at the moment, would be to get a concrete grinder or a concrete saw and either grind a bevel all the way through on both doors, or to take a concrete saw and cut some grooves for like gutters so the water can run back out. And that may be eventually what I do, but for now this is a nice, cheap, easy way. I've been out here for maybe 30 minutes or so, but I'll let you guys know how things go with it. We'll let that set for 24 hours, and before I can drive anything across it. Other than that, looks pretty good to me. Let's go outside and see if we can even see it outside. Nope, can't even tell it's in there from the outside. Just the door sticks up a little bit. So we're gonna see how she does, and we'll report back at a later date. Thanks.